The Grove RT540E is a rough terrain crane with a 35-ton maximum capacity. It first appeared as a model in 2009, and TWH have re-released it in a variety of very limited edition liveries, and this one is in the colours of Michielsens, which is a Belgian crane hire company. It comes in a Grove branded box, and there are a couple of leaflets with it, and inside the model's nicely wrapped in polythene, and you can take the parts out, which is the crane itself, and it's already fully reeved in the box, and you have a fly jib, and there's also a small bag of parts. With everything out the box, we can have a look at a couple of the leaflets that come with it. There's an instruction card which tells you about most of the features of the model, but not all, and there's a pretty good reprint of a Grove brochure for the real machine, and that's always a welcome addition to a model, so you can see what the real machine's all about. With the model already reeved, the only assembly you need to do is to fit the fly jib which comes with it, and it just simply pins into place, and it's quite easy to get into position, and you can pin it at the front as well, and then it's quite secure when it's fixed. There is one small other thing to do. The inner part of the fly jib is telescopic, and it can tend to just slide out if the boom's raised, so there's another pin you can just put in at the front here, and by doing that it pins the telescopic part into place. As with all TWH collectibles models, the detail is really good, and you can see here at the back very fine meshwork on the grille, and high quality graphics, and some very tiny warning notices which are good too. This continues around the cab area too, with excellent grab handles and warning notices that are even posted inside the operator's cab. And up on top where the winches are, you've got mirrors for the driver to be able to see what's happening with the winches, and hydraulic lines also with modelled connectors on the end. Okay, it's feature time, so let's start by having a look underneath the model where the detail's pretty good. The axles do steer on the crane, the range of movement isn't great, and the silver rivets look a bit obtrusive, I suppose, but you can set the angle of steering as you like, and with that done it pushes along right, and looks like it's going somewhere, and if you like grab steering you can do that as well. TWH have provided some interesting opening parts, and the first one to look at is this battery box, which has got a kind of an unusual tilting cover which just opens and pops back shut. Above that is the sliding cab door, and you can use the pointer that's supplied with the model to get it open, and then you can see the great detail inside, and just use the pointer again to close it back up. There's another tiny opening flap on the engine compartment which you can use your pointer to get open. It's got a bit of a hinge on the outside, so it's a little bit obtrusive, but it's quite nice to open it and see some engine detail on the inside, and it shuts again fairly easily. On the crane body is the best of these features, with a removable panel, which when you get it off you can see some highly detailed hydraulics, which is very authentic and convincing looking, and then you can just pop the panel back on, and if you're really skilled you can do it first time. Cranes are for lifting things, so let's get it set up. You can just pull out the outrigger beams and then screw down the pads, and as you can see there's no visible screw thread, which is a good detail. It looks like a piston, although it's not silver. With the outriggers down, it's an easy matter to raise and lower the boom. It's fairly stiff, but it wouldn't hold much load if you had a load on the end, so you can install a small pin when the boom is very upright to keep it in position if you want. If you want to have a go at raising and lowering the hook, it's easy enough. Here I'm keeping a little bit of tension on the hoist ropes, and then just use your finger to turn the drum. There's no key to operate the drum, and so that does avoid any holes in the side of the body, but it does wear your finger out if you want to do this rather too much. There was a small issue in the reeving of the review model, in that with the boom up the hook wasn't hanging correctly, as you can see here. And it's because the way the reeving was done, you can see the lower thread passes above that silver retaining bar, and if you re-reeve the model with it on the underside of that, then it hangs much better when the boom is raised. There's one other very nice little detail, which is the working boom angle indicator, and you can just see it working there. It's always nice to extend your boom, and that's easy enough on the model just by pulling out the individual boom sections, and if you want them out at full extension they just lock into place and are able to hold the pose. If you happen to find that your boom's not long enough, then it's very easy to attach the Fly Jib. It just pins into place with a couple of the big pins supplied, and there's quite a neat little system for the pulley that sits on top of the Fly Jib. It just lifts up and then you twist it round, and a little pin that's on it engages into a loop and it locks into place. The Fly Jib extends just by pulling out, and when you've got it at the right amount of extension you can take a supplied pin and that just locks it into place. Having fixed the jib on, you can then run the line out to put the second hook on. So you take the line from the second of the winches, pass it over the intermediate pulley that's just on the Fly Jib and up over the top, and then tie the hook on and snip the end off. It's good to have a second hook, but a single line hook would have looked better. Overall though, this is a very good quality model from TWH. It has the very high level of detail that TWH usually produce, and there are plenty of features, which means that you can pose the model in all sorts of interesting ways. It looks smart, decorated in a company livery, and it's highly recommended.